Hello everyone. Welcome to today's class. Today we will study Task 3, Scenario 5 of our safety training. The correct selection and use of fire extinguishers. The presence of flammable substances is one of the hazardous features of chemical production, and early fire suppression is extremely critical when a fire occurs. As professionals in the chemical industry, you need to be familiar with the commonly used firefighting equipment and be able to select and use the appropriate fire extinguisher for initial fire control based on different types of fires to extinguish a fire quickly and effectively. The first step is to determine the type of fire based on the type of combustible material and its combustion characteristics. Fires are classified into 6 categories: A, B, C, D, E, and F. Please note that meltable solids such as paraffin and asphalt are classified as Class B fires, not Class A. Different types of fires require different extinguishers. So accurately identifying the fire type is a crucial first step. We know that combustion requires 3 elements simultaneously: fuel, an ignition source, and an oxidizer. Thus, the principle of fire extinguishment is to disrupt the conditions necessary for combustion, preventing it from occurring. Next, let's specifically learn about the methods and principles of fire suppression. According to the principles of fire suppression, the common methods include the smothering method, the cooling method, the isolation method, and the chemical inhibition method. The smothering method prevents air from entering the combustion zone or dilutes the air with inert gases so that the fire is extinguished due to insufficient oxygen. The cooling method involves directly spraying the extinguishing agent onto the burning material to lower its temperature below the ignition point or below the flash point for flammable liquids, thereby terminating the fire. The isolation method separates or disperses the burning material from adjacent combustible materials, causing the fire to stop due to a lack of fuel. And the chemical inhibition method involves the extinguishing agent participating in the combustion reaction to suppress it. In everyday or industrial production settings, the commonly used fire extinguishers include dry powder extinguishers, foam extinguishers, and carbon dioxide extinguishers. Additionally, there are medium to large firefighting systems such as wheeled, semi-fixed, and fixed extinguishing facilities, which are used in situations with larger fire outbreaks. Dry powder extinguishers are among the most common. The typical types of dry powder extinguishers include the BC type, which uses sodium bicarbonate as its primary component and is suitable for extinguishing fires involving various liquids, flammable gases, and electrical equipment. The ABC type, which uses ammonium phosphate as its main component, is more versatile and can also be used for fires involving combustible solids in addition to those mentioned. And the D type, also known as the specialized dry powder extinguisher, which is used to fight fires involving combustible metals. Foam extinguishers contain two solutions: aluminum sulfate and sodium bicarbonate. When it is time to use the extinguisher, you invert it so that the two solutions mix, triggering a chemical reaction that produces a large amount of carbon dioxide gas, thereby achieving fire suppression. This type is suitable for extinguishing fires involving various oils, as well as fires involving solid combustibles such as wood fibers and rubber. Carbon dioxide extinguishers contain pressurized, liquefied carbon dioxide. They are suitable for extinguishing fires involving various flammable and combustible liquids and gases, and can also be used on initial fires in precision instruments, archival materials, low voltage electrical equipment, and electrical devices under 600 volts. Moreover, they leave no residue after use. However, when using them, be sure not to grasp the metal hose directly with your hands to avoid frostbite. If used in a confined indoor space, quickly exit after extinguishing the fire to prevent suffocation. To help everyone better understand the appropriate scenarios for different fire extinguishers, let's do a quick exercise. If a library catches fire, which extinguisher should be used? That's right, a carbon dioxide extinguisher, because it does not damage the books and materials. What if valuable laboratory equipment catches fire? Again, a carbon dioxide extinguisher. If an oil tank at a chemical plant catches fire, a foam extinguisher should be used, as it can effectively suppress oil fires. For electrical equipment fires, a dry powder extinguisher is the more suitable choice. In addition to selecting the right fire extinguisher, using it correctly is critical. When using an extinguisher, first check its pressure gauge. A pointer in the green zone indicates that the pressure is normal and the extinguisher can be used. If the pointer is in the red zone, it indicates low pressure, meaning the extinguisher will not discharge and has become ineffective. So it should be recharged with dry powder. If it is in the yellow zone, the pressure is too high, posing a risk of bursting or explosion, and it should also be recharged. Once you have confirmed that extinguishers as pressure is adequate, you can use it. Next, taking the dry powder extinguisher as an example. Let's review the proper steps for using a portable fire extinguisher. First, grab the extinguisher and quickly approach the fire. Then, swiftly remove the lid, seal, and safety pin. Next, grasp the nozzle with one hand and aim at the base of the fire. Finally, forcefully depress the lever while sweeping from side to side. Additionally, note the following operational points. When extinguishing a fire, stand upwind, maintaining a distance of 3 to 5 meters from the fire. Before using a dry powder extinguisher, shake it vigorously up and down to prevent the powder from clumping. Do not directly grab the metal connecting hose of a carbon dioxide extinguisher to avoid frostbite, and if used in a confined indoor space, the operator should quickly exit after extinguishing the fire to prevent suffocation. Next, please watch the video to learn the specific methods for using fire extinguishers.
Fire extinguishers are one of the common fire protection facilities, stored in public places or areas prone to fire. Different types of fire extinguishers are filled with different components and are suitable for different fire classes. Dry chemical fire extinguisher. Easy to use and with a long service life. Dry chemical fire extinguishers are suitable for extinguishing various flammable and combustible liquid fires, flammable gas fires, and electrical equipment fires. Foam fire extinguisher. Foam fire extinguishers are suitable for extinguishing various oil fires and solid combustible fires such as wood, fiber, and rubber. Carbon dioxide fire extinguisher. Carbon dioxide fire extinguishers have high fire extinguishing performance, leave no residue after use, and are easy to operate. They are suitable for various flammable and combustible liquid fires, flammable gas fires, and can also extinguish incipient fires of instruments, books, and archives. Low voltage electrical equipment and electrical appliances below 600 volts. How to use a fire extinguisher correctly. Take a dry chemical fire extinguisher as an example. Invert the cylinder several times before use to loosen the dry powder inside. Remove the lid seal and pull out the safety pin. Hold the nozzle with the left hand and the pressure handle with the right hand. Stand upwind about 2 meters away from the flame. Press the handle firmly. Swing the nozzle left and right, and spray dry powder at the base of the fire to cover the combustion area until the fire is completely extinguished. In addition to mastering the correct use of fire extinguishers, having good psychological quality and staying calm in emergencies are essential to extinguish the fire in the early stage of a fire. Precautions for using carbon dioxide fire extinguishers in incipient fires. Do not hold the metal tube with bare hands to avoid frostbite. Excessive carbon dioxide in the air can cause asphyxiation, so ventilate immediately after spraying in enclosed spaces. Routine maintenance of fire extinguishers. First, inspect and maintain fire extinguishers regularly. Exposure to sunlight and rain can cause gas leakage and pressure reduction. leading to malfunctions during emergency use. Second, check the pressure gauge. The pressure gauge is divided into 3 zones. Red zone, low pressure, unable to discharge. Recharge at a certified fire equipment store. Green zone, normal pressure, safe for use. Yellow zone, excessive pressure, risk of explosion. Recharge immediately. Third, verify the expiration date. Replace the fire extinguisher promptly at a qualified institution after it expires.
Finally, let me emphasize the general principles of fire emergency response. Saving lives comes first, and then rescuing property. Also be mindful of preventing poisoning and suffocation. As many toxic and harmful gases can be produced at the fire scene. Follow instructions. Do not panic and stay calm to effectively handle the situation. Today, we have learned about the types of fires, the methods and principles of fire suppression, the types of fire extinguishers, and the proper ways to use them. I hope everyone will remember this knowledge, so that in the event of a fire, you can protect your own life as well as the lives and property of others. That concludes today's class. Thank you, everyone.